beginner's Joe's 34 class. So we're going to start standing up, and if you could stand so that you're at the end of your mat, with your mat out behind you, I'm going to stay in the middle so that you can see me. So you're going to have your feet so that they're hip distance apart, both feet facing forwards for me. And then on the inhale, you're going to start to squat down, keeping the heels down as long as you can, and then allow the heels to lift as you send your tailbone down towards your heels, keeping your chest lifted. And then exhale, press the heels down and lift yourself back up to stand. So inhale, the heels stay down as long as you can. Knees are tracking second and third toes, and keep your tailbone nice and long. And then press the heels down as you lift back up tall. We'll do 3 more. So knees forwards, chest lifted, sit bones to your heels, heels to your sit bones, and exhale, press up tall. Inhale, keep the heels down as long as you can. Then they lift, and then exhale to press back up tall. 2 more of these. Inhale, keep the heels down. Then they slowly start to lift. And each time you're seeing if you can go a bit lower. This is the last one. And then on the exhale, pressing the heels down and coming back up to stand. Now we're going to squat down to the floor. So if you need to pick up a foot or place a hand down, that's absolutely fine. If you stand so your mat is out behind you, cross your arms over in front of your chest. We'll place one foot behind the other. Keep that front foot down as long as you can as you start to squat down. And then sit behind your heels. If you need to place a hand down or both of your hands down, then that's fine. And then from here, when you're ready, we're going to come and lie down onto the mat. Legs are going to be out straight. And your tailbone, so you may need to bend your knees. You're going to lift your hips up and then place the very back of your hips down and towards the floor. And then you're going to keep the back of your hips down as you send your legs as straight as you're able to, without your tailbone pressing into the mat and your lower back lifting away. So the back of your hips stays down into the mat. So that may mean that you have a slight bend of your knees. Have your legs together. Reach your arms up above your chest. Both shoulder blades into the mat. We're going to leave the legs down, but keep the legs tight together. Inhale, nod your chin to chest. And exhale to curl up. And breathing in, pumping the arms for a count of 5. And then exhaling for a count of 5. Inhaling for your count of 5. And exhaling. Breathing in, keeping the tailbone reaching for the heels. And exhale. Inhaling for 5. And exhaling for 5. 5 more sets. Keep your chin with your chest. And 4 more. Keep pressing the thighs together, keep your heels together. 2 more sets here. Last one, inhaling for your 5 count and exhaling. Inhale, hold. Keep reaching your fingertips to the end of your mat. Keep your chin with your chest and then exhale, reach the arms up. And then stretch the arms overhead, still keeping your tailbone reaching for your heels. Then you're going to bend your knees in and we're going to rock ourselves up to sit. So have the soles of your feet into the floor. We're going to do half rollbacks here. And your knees and your tops of your thighs tight together. Reach the arms out in front of you. You're going to inhale, lift up nice and tall, and then pull your hips back. And then as you exhale, the arms will go on a diagonal. And you're just going to come to the end of the tailbone. Inhale, hold. Exhale, keep your shoulders relaxed. Pull your ribs back. Keep your chin with your chest. As you round forwards, keep the round and inhale, pull the hips back, the crown of the head and the arms stay on the back of the body and reaching forwards. Inhale, hold, and exhale, pull the ribs back, curl over your chest to come back up. Breathe in, start to pull the hips back, and then exhale, the tailbone is reaching towards your heels. Inhale, hold, exhale, don't change the shoulders, curl over your ribs to come back up. Now we'll go a little bit further. So you inhale, pull the hips back. Exhale, now stop where we were. Or if you can, see if you can get the waistband of your trousers into the mat. Inhale, hold. Exhale, curl over your ribs, keeping the chin with your chest as you come back up. We'll do 2 more. So either stopping where we were to start with, breathing out when it feels right. See if you can get the waistband down, breathe in. Exhale, curl over your ribs to come back up. And last one, so your upper body isn't changing. All that's moving is your hips and your pelvis. Breathe in and exhale to come back up. Now we're going to do 3 more. Either stay with where you were going, stay with where we've just been, or if you can, see if you can bring the shoulders down and then your head, your arms will stay above your chest. Breathe in, nod your chin to chest. Exhale, curl over your ribs and come all the way back up. So your upper body stays forwards as your hips pull back. Your upper body is still forwards as your lower back comes down, as your ribs come down, and then your shoulders, and then your head. Inhale, nod your chin to chest, and exhale, curl over your ribs to come back up. And last one. So stopping wherever works for you. Upper body stays forward, shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then last time, inhale, nod chin to chest, and exhale to roll up for me. And then from here, we'll re-step back up nice and tall. We're now going to roll down all the way to the mat and stay down. So breathe in, pull the hips back, keep the upper body forwards, and come all the way down. Now the back of your hips is into the mat. Again, keep it into the mat as you send your legs as straight as you're able to. There may well still be a slight bend in your knees. Bring your arms down by your side, and then you're going to bring your straight right leg up towards the ceiling, as straight as is comfortable for you. Turn this right thigh out in the hip joint, and also think about actually sending your right sit bone towards your left heel. Keep this right thigh turned out as you inhale, press the leg across. Exhale, small circle down, keep the turn out as you lift up and hold. Inhale across, exhale, circle. The back of the right hip is staying into the mat, and the back of the right ribs is staying into the mat throughout. 2 more, inhale across, exhale, small circle, pull up, hold. And last time in this direction. And now reverse, inhale, open, exhale, keep the turn out as the leg circles up. Inhale, open, the thigh is turned out the whole way round. 3 more, back of the hips stays into the mat, back of the ribs and both shoulder blades. 2 more of these. And now last one. And now hug that right knee in towards you. Send the right leg straight down again, keeping the back of the hips into the mat. When you're ready, pick up the straight left leg. Turn the left thigh out in the hips, send the left sit bone to the right heel. Inhale across, exhale, circle down wide, pull up and hold. Inhale across, keep that thigh turned out in all parts of the circle. And 2 more, inhale across, back of the hips stay into the mat. And last one. And now reversing, inhale, open, exhale, circle, pull up and then hold. Inhale, open, exhale, circle, pull up, hold. And you're still trying to keep that thigh turned out, especially as that leg circles across and up. And last one of these. And now hug the left leg in towards you. And then from here, we're going to hug both knees in, place your hands to the backs of your thighs and rock up to sit. Place your hands by your hips, pick your bum up and sit as close towards the heels of your feet as you can. Then you're going to pick up both of your feet and place your hands to the front of your ankles. Lift your elbows away from your thighs, keep your chin towards your chest, and as you inhale, the sit bones lift as you roll back and exhale back and hold. Inhale as you roll back, exhale back and hold. We'll do 4 more. Try and keep your upper body forwards even as your hips lift up towards the ceiling. Last 2. Heels stay together, your knees are open. Last one. And now stay lifted. Place your feet onto the floor. And then from here, come and lie down into the floor. And as you do, bend one knee in towards your chest. So keep that knee in towards your chest. Have your elbows lifted. Both of your hands are either on your shin or come as high up towards your ankle as you can. Your shin presses up into your hands. Your hands are pulling the heel towards your sit bone. Stretch the other leg away for you to lift. And again, think about sending this sit bone towards the opposite heel. So we're going to breathe in, and as you exhale, we're going to switch for 2 for our single leg stretch, and inhale for 2. And exhale for 2. And inhale for 2. Keeping the tailbone into the mat, keeping the elbows nice and high, and finding that connection between the shin and the hands every time that you pull the leg in towards you. And 2 more to each side. And last ones. And then keep the left leg in and then the right leg for me. Rest your head and neck down in towards the mat. And then from here, when you're ready, rock yourself back up to sit. Place your hands behind you, pick your hips up, and sit your bum back towards your hands. Now, if you want to get more lift out of your lower back, you can bend your knees slightly and have the heels of your feet pressing down into the floor, or you can send your legs straight and then try and lift out of your lower back as much as you can do. Arms are then out in front of you. Keep pressing the heels of your feet down into the floor. Inhale, lift tall. Nod your chin to your chest, and as you exhale, round forwards for me. And then on the inhale, lift your spine to re-stack back up, nice and tall, and then exhale. Inhale, press the heels down, the knees can be bent, lift the spine, nod the chin to your chest, and exhale. Belly button is pulling back, shoulders are relaxed, so don't let the shoulders come up to your ears. Bring the spine as far forward as you can without the shoulders getting involved. And then inhale, restack the spine. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift, nod your chin to chest. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Move the spine forwards. Press the heels down. Keep pressing the heels down. And inhale, restack, and breathing out. Inhale, lift tall, nod your chin to your chest, and the arms don't lower. The arms are only lowering because my shoulders and my spine are moving. My arms are staying exactly the same on the back of my body, and then release. Last time, inhale, lift tall, nod your chin to your chest, and then exhale to round forward. Keep pressing the heels down, and then inhale, reset the spine back up, and then exhale. And then from here, we're going to come onto our front to look at the cobra. So have your legs about hip distance apart. Try and get your pubic bone into the mat, your hips into the mat, and think about your tailbone lengthening, like in those squats at the start of the session. So your tailbone is reaching towards your heels. It's not reaching up towards the ceiling. Hands into the mat, fingertips about level with your nose or your ears. As you inhale, stretch the crown of your head forwards, pick up the back of your neck, send your chest forwards, keep the elbows down and just lift. Try and lift your abdominals away from the floor. Then exhale, nod your chin to your chest and round to come back down. Inhale, stretch everything forwards. Only lift to where you can without straightening your arms. Try and lift your abdominals. And then exhale, chin to chest, and coming back down. Once more of these. Inhale, stretch forwards, keep the forearms into the floor, and then exhale, chin to chest, and come down. Now you can either stick with that, or as you inhale, stretch forwards, and then as you continue to lift those abdominals, you can let your arms straighten. And then exhale, chin to your chest, pull the elbows back, ribs curl under, and you come back down to the mat. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, stretch forwards, so you can leave the forearms down if you want. And then exhale, chin to chest, and coming back down. Last time. Inhale, stretch forwards, lift those abdominals, lift the hips, and then keep the chest lifted. And now exhale, nod chin to chest, bend the elbows back, and come back down to the mat for me. And then from here, we're going to take a rest. So come and sit back towards your heels. Get your sit bones onto your heels. You can place your hands around your feet, elbows wide, and then round forwards without letting your tailbone lift away from in between the heels of your feet. So you're stretching out your lower back. And then re-stack the spine back up, and then we're going to come back onto our front. So from here, we're going to do single leg kick. So place one fist in the other, and then place your hands just up above your head. Now have your legs together, pubic bone into the mat, and as you inhale, send your chest, your head forwards, and pull the elbows slightly back. Press those forearms down and try and stretch your chest and your abdominals forwards and then up the wall in front of you. Keep the tops of the thighs together if you can, and then bend the right heel in for 2, pull closer 1, and then switch for 2. Try and keep your hips in towards the mat. So as the heel pulls in, you don't fold at that hip. The hips stay nice and flush towards the mat. We'll do 3 more to each side. Keep the chest lifted, chin out from your chest. Keep pressing those forearms down in towards the mat. And last ones to each side. Finish with your left leg, and then release the spine down. Send the elbows away from you. Hands under your shoulders, press the ground away, and let's come back into that rest. And then we'll re-stack the spine back up, and then from here we're going to look at some bridging. So come and lie back down. Have the heels of your feet just where your fingertips can make contact. The tops of your arms are pressed into the mat. And then on an inhale, you're just going to tip your pubic bone, but your hips stay down into the mat. So your pubic bone curls towards your nose. And as you exhale, press down evenly into both feet. As you lift your hips, your lower back, and your thighs and your knees and your hips stretch forwards. Then as you exhale, soften your chest, drop the ribs, the lower back, and then the tailbone. Inhale, tip the pubic bone. Exhale, press down into your feet to lift. Breathe in nice and wide. Exhale, softening the chest, the ribs, the lower back, and then the tailbone. One more like this. Inhale, tip the pubic bone. Exhale, press down into both feet. Stretch the thighs forwards. Breathe in and exhale. Chest softens from the chin. The ribs drop down. Then your lower back and then your tailbone. This time, inhale, tip the pubic bone. Exhale, stand into your feet and lift up for me. Inhale, raise your arms up above your chest. Exhale, press the arms back to the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale to press back. 4 more of these. Keep the thighs stretching forwards. Keep big toe to little toe into the mat. Keep the hips lifted. 2 more. And then last one, press the arms down into the mat, softening your chest, softening the ribs, the lower back, and then the tailbone down. Last step, we're going to inhale, tip the pubic bone. Exhale to lift the hips up. Now try and keep the hips lifted. As you inhale, slide your right foot along the floor, and then exhale, slide it back. Inhale the left leg, and then exhale, slide it back. 2 more to each side. So you won't be able to fully straighten the leg, and the leg is going behind your tailbone. The heel is behind you as the leg presses out. Last time to the left. The hips are both level. Breathe in. Exhale, soften your chest. Drop the ribs, the lower back, and then your tailbone down into the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest for me. And then from here, we're going to rock back up to sit. Legs, feet to the floor, hands behind you. Lift your hips back and send your legs straight for me. We're taking the arms out wide. We're going to do waist twists. So if you want to bend your knees, you can do. All the legs are straight and the heels are pressing down into the floor. Inhale to lift 2. Breathe out, rotate to the left for 3. Exhale, further 2. Further 1. Inhale, center. To the right for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. Breathe out to the left for 3, further 2, further 1. Inhale, center. Right, 2, 3. Inhale, center. Breathe out, 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 and inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. 2 more each way. Your heels stay glued together so one leg doesn't get longer than the other. So only rotate as far as you can keep those heels the same length. Last time to the right, stay in center, and then lower the arms back down by your side. And then from here, we're going to come and lie back down. Have your legs together for me. And now walk your feet far enough, as far away from you, as you can just keep your toes into the mat. Your knees and your thighs are tight together. And then keeping the knees together, just straighten your right leg without that right knee going higher or lower than the left knee. Bring the arms up above your chest, both shoulder blades into the mat. And now we're going to do a one-leg teaser. So we're going to inhale, nod chin to chest. Now your arms are parallel to that thigh or the thighs. Exhale, lift your chest and keep your arms parallel. Breathe in, pull the hips back down towards the floor. And then exhale, curl over your ribs and lift your chest. Inhale, hips back down. And exhale, back up. One more of these. Inhale, pull the hips back. And exhale to come back up. And then roll through your lower back, arms above your chest, head back. Bend your right knee. Now straighten the left leg. The knees are glued together. Inhale, head, neck, chest, lift. Arms are parallel. Exhale to lift up into your one-leg teaser. Keep the upper body forwards as you inhale, pull the hips back, and exhale, lift. 2 more of those. Inhale back, and exhale, lift. 1 more of these, and exhale, lift. And this time come all the way down to the mat, and then bend your left leg. Straighten the right leg again, knees still together. Inhale, nod your chin, lift your chest. Exhale, lift into your teaser twice this time. Inhale, pull the hips back. Exhale, lift the chest. Last time. Lift your chest and now pull the hips back. The arms stay relaxed on the back of the body. Arms are lifted to the ceiling and then bend the right leg. Last time with the left leg. Inhale, nod, lift your chest. Exhale, lift into your teaser. And then keep squeezing those legs together. And use the press of the legs together to help you to lift your chest up. Stay lifted for me this time. And now breathe in, pull the hips back. The arms are diagonal to the thighs and then above your chest. And bend your left knee. Turn onto your front for me. And we're going to do swimming. So legs are hip width. Arms are outstretched overhead. Pubic bone is into the mat. On an exhale, lift up both of your legs. Inhale, lift your head, neck and chest. Exhale, lift both arms. Keep your arms and your chest still and start to kick your right leg up and then the left. They switch over. And 2 more. 1 more. Now keep your legs still and now just the arms move for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now put both things together. So opposite arm and leg. Breathe in for 5 counts and exhale for 5 counts. 1 more set. And then inhale, hold everything still. And exhale, lower everything down to the floor. Hands underneath your shoulders. Pick the hips up. Sit your bum back towards your heels for a rest again. Keep your tailbone back and round forwards for me. Restack the spine back up. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. The creases of your elbows are facing each other and your elbows are slightly soft. Not just your arms are keeping you lifted, your head is lifted, your chest, your ribs and your hips. Step your right leg out so all 5 toes are tucked under and this right sit bone is already reaching for that right heel. The hips are already lifted. Keep that lift as you slide the left leg out too. Breathe in, exhale, bend the left leg back in, and then the right leg. This time we'll stay out there. Send the left leg out. Keep the hips lifted, tailbone towards the heels, then the right leg. We're going to do leg pull front. Keep your chest lifted. On your inhale, pick up your straight right leg, and exhale back down. The left leg, and exhale, return. 3 more of these to each side. And then 2 more. And then last ones, keep the tailbone reaching towards your heels. Bend one knee in and then the other. Lift your hips back to come back into your rest. And then round forwards as far as you're comfortable. Re-stack your spine all the way back up tall. And then from here we're going to look at side bend. So let's come onto our left hip. Cross the right leg over the left. Your left heel of the hand is away from your left hip because you're going to send your shoulder towards your wrist. You lift on a diagonal rather than straight up to the ceiling. So try to keep everything square to the wall in front of you. Breathe in and on an exhale, lift your underneath hip and waistline to reach the arm overhead. Keep lifted and inhale, lower the arm to your hip and exhale, take the arm overhead. Once more, keep the arm overhead, bend your knees and bring the arm back down by your hip. We'll do that once more. Breathe in, on the exhale, lift. Everything is square. Inhale, lower the arm. Exhale, bring it back up. Once more. And then bend the knees and come back down. Now take your legs round to the other side. So the right hand is away from that right hip. Lift the underneath side of this hip as well to come up on the exhale and then inhale. Lower the arm to the hip, exhale back overhead. One more of these and now bend the knees and come back down. Breathe in, exhale, lift the underneath side of the waist and inhale, lower the arm and exhale, stretch the arm overhead. Once more and then bend your knees and come back down onto the mat. And then from here we're going to look at our push-ups to finish up. So hands underneath your shoulders, creases of the elbows facing each other again. You're lifted through your torso. You step one leg out and the hips are lifted. Second leg, and now let's bring the heels of the feet together. Big toes are apart. Tailbone reaches for your heels. You'll lengthen through your neck. Keep the lift of your body as you inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, re-straighten. Two more of these. And one more. Then nod your chin to your chest. Lift your hips up. Walk your hands back to your feet in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in, neck is long. Exhale, lift the hips. Drop the tailbone, keep the arms with your ears, and restack the spine. We'll do one more set. Breathe in, lift tall, tailbone to your heels. Exhale, try not to let your bum go behind your heels as you round down towards the floor. So you're lifting and going forwards to roll down. Bend your knees if you need to get your hands to the mat. Breathe in and exhale. Walk out in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels together. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Last one. Inhale, nod your chin to chest, lift your hips up, and try and keep your arms as straight as you can. Bend your knees if you need to as you walk the hands back. The heels are together, inner thighs are lifted, your neck is long. Breathe in, exhale, lift those inner thighs, lift the hips, keep the arms with your ears, and restack the spine. Open the arms, press them in towards your hips, and then inhale, shrug your shoulders, and exhale, release. Twice more. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, release. And last one. And you're done. Well done.